How did I get here? Where do I begin? Where can I feel safe?
Who can I talk to? Does anybody understand me? Where can I turn to?
Let's start the conversation. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Ryan.
I'm Brittany.
And today we have a special segment. We have my mother here today, Miss Denise Armstead, but I call her Mom. How you doing, Mama?
Hello.
You doing good?
I'm great.
That's
How are
good.
you?
I'm good. So, what makes this special with my mom dealing with me and my addiction, as well as other family members, some directly, some indirectly. So, just to get a perspective before we get too deep into it, who are you, Denise? Tell us about you.
Well,
I know the truth now.
besides your mom, I'm the mom of 5 other young men and a young lady. My husband and I, we call ourselves the Partridge family, so to speak. He had 2 children before our marriage. I had 2, we had 2 more. So I am a retiree, and I take care of my grandkids now, enjoying life, get ready to travel a little bit more.
Nice.
So yes, that's who I am, and support you in your journey.
That's what's up. See, everybody out here trying to travel now, you gotta retire, you gotta work.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Congratulations on retirement too.
Well, thank you.
I know, look at you.
Hey.
In her retirement party, there was alcohol and no trigger, no nothing. And we had a good time. I was actually her cameraman.
Yes, yes.
And the cook.
Exactly.
Okay, good.
Yes, great cook, great cameraman, took great pictures, good video.
See?
It was a refirement party, not retirement. Refirement.
So what does your day-to-day look like now with retirement?
Well, getting up when I want. Not getting up at 5 in the morning, 4:30 in the morning. I might get up now, might play it slick and get up about 6 o'clock, 6 in the morning. Forgetting, is today Monday or is it today Tuesday? So it's really laid back, it's relaxed. I was scared to do it. 25 years working, 25 years at one place, let me say. But I'm glad I did it.
Yeah.
I'm glad I did it.
That's good.
Yes, enjoying myself.
That's good.
Yes.
So let me tell, before we get into the dark or whatever, how's our relationship now? How would you describe us right now?
Much better. I know my boundaries. I respect your boundaries. Much better.
You do.
Yes.
You
Yes.
do.
And that's important. Yes.
She still calls me. She don't know where I'm at, though.
I'm still a mom. Okay? I'm going to always be a mom. But I know when to back off, when to let you make your own decisions, and trust in God.
Yeah.
So, yes,
Okay.
definitely.
So what about a little bit of the history of addiction that you had to deal with before me?
Okay. Well, my dad was addicted to drugs as I grew up. Something that your journey made me or helped me appreciate him as a father, because all of my life growing up, I resented him. I didn't have the relationship that I wanted to have. I didn't even want to talk to him. I still respected him as my dad, but I just looked at him. I don't like to use the word hate, but I just had a bad feeling with him. However, dealing with it directly with you helped me see that this addiction is a disease. I always figured it was something that he could control. I would always question, why? Why are you doing this? Why? But he couldn't control it. And it took, again, going through this with you to open my eyes to say, hey. And I literally called him about a month ago. And he doesn't live in Michigan anymore. And told him I love him. I hadn't said that in years. I told him I understood what he was going through. I understood it was a disease. It wasn't by choice. So that's the dark side of it, me growing up with it.
Yeah.
Was seeing me and some of the times that I acted out. Because I think for the most part, I was never, I think if anybody's seen probably the violent side, it would probably be you and my brothers. And it was only because you was trying to take me away from my drink. You was trying to take me away from my next one. You was trying to take me, so it was like, you guys probably be the most that's seen that violent side. You know, of course, in my household, I probably hit a couple walls, punched a couple things. And I know when I get that security deposit back. But what was that like, seeing me like that?
When I seen you like that, I didn't realize, or I was in denial of how bad you really were. I still felt, okay, Ryan is just wanting his way with things. He's just angry for no reason. He just wants to just be Ryan. Because, you know, let's keep it real. Growing up, you were always a little spoiled Ryan.
I was never spoiled.
You know.
We gotta get into that.
It was your way or the highway. So I didn't think that it was alcohol. I recall when I look back, at things and you say, wow, I seen it. Mm-hmm. I didn't realize that's what it was, but I seen all those red flags. Mm-hmm. When you see the red flags, they're there for a reason. Dig in, see what's going on. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if you recall, you were going out one night to Brandon's party. And you got so, I can't even remember what you got mad at me about. That's how crazy it was. It was something really simple. But you stood outside my house and called me everything but the child of God. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And when I look back at now, I said, okay, that was a red flag. Even though you were Ryan and it was your way to highway, you were never disrespectful. Mm-hmm. You were always respectful. So when I started seeing these changes, again, red flags. But I did not put 2 and 2 together. 2 and 2 wasn't 4 for me. It was coming up with something else. But when I look back at those things, it's like, wow, okay, that's what was going on. So yeah.
So as a mother in the household, or even dealing with your father or Ryan, what are signs to look for or red flags to look for that you would tell people?
Drastic change in their attitude, how they act out. Ryan went from being angry a lot to wanting to be left alone a lot. Mm-hmm. You know, again, the wanting to be left alone, I figured, okay, he's just getting himself together. He withdrew from us. Mm-hmm. He didn't want to talk. He just wanted to keep the door closed. Mm-hmm. So those are red flags. If you feel something, you're feeling it for a reason. Right. Don't ignore it.
Right.
So that was, and I look back and I said, wow, all the signs were there. Mm-hmm. When I acknowledged it, when I just said, okay, it's a problem. It was, I'm not going to say it was too late, but when it took me to hear how much he was drinking, mm-hmm. as he talked to the doctor, I'm sitting there like, whoa. So yeah, mm-hmm. withdrawal, change in their attitude, mm-hmm. yeah, definitely red flags.
Okay.
What would you say you've seen it? You start to see the change, or the thought that I drink too much?
Wow. When can I say I started? I mean, honestly, I did not realize you were drinking so much until I heard the doctor say how much alcohol you had consumed that day. It wasn't, it was, wow. Yeah. So up until then, I still figured, okay, Ryan is just being Ryan. And when you would withdraw, it's like, okay, well, he's getting himself together. You know, by us not living together, I didn't see it all the time. But I noticed there was a change.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was thinking about that, just my journey with drinking. And I'm like, dang. I know in Florida, when I lay down there, I was going crazy. And then once again, I was in different states. And I was able to, I sustained and made a life. Like, you know, doing it on my own. So it's like, I never thought, like I said, I had the hardest time at first thinking I had an addiction. Because I know I was drinking a lot in these places. When I was in Florida, I was drinking a lot. When I was in Tennessee, I was drinking a lot. But I was sustaining. You know, like, oh yeah, cool. Like I said, the anger wasn't there, but yeah, like when I came back to Michigan, I think that's when it was probably at its worst. It's worse. You know, and then yeah, we would get into arguments and stuff, especially when I, you know, Tia moved, and then I had to move back with y'all, losing the apartment and all that stuff. And we got into a lot of arguments there, you know. And I think one time I was telling you, like, you tell me, oh, I'm gonna take the doors off or whatever. And it was like, what was your thought process? Because I mean, knowing you couldn't stop me. You know, like, you got to go to sleep at some point. You got to go to work at some point. I was hiding like crazy, sneaking in like crazy.
Right. You know, being a mother, when I said I would take the doors off, I probably would have taken the doors off. I always thought I could control him. I could stop him. You didn't need nobody. But 100% wrong. We cannot control that addiction, that disease. And I thought I could. Like I thought with my dad, I figured, you know, why can't his mom control him, his dad control him? Why can't my mom control it? You can't. So I thought I can control and help you. When you would leave out to go to the store, it's like, okay, I see you leaving in the camera. Where you going? What you doing? You know, I would literally try to see when you came back from the store, the pot, you know, what does he have in his hand? What does he have in his pocket? Did he go to the store and get a pint? Did he go to the store and get a fifth? So I would literally think that, okay, I got this. I'm mom, I can help him. He's staying with me now. We gonna get through this.
Yeah.
Not. That was not what we could do. Yeah.
So my question is, with Ryan saying that he hid it and stuff, why do you think that it is so hidden in our community specifically? Or why is it something that's like a stigma to talk about?
That's a very good question. I appreciate you guys bringing this to the forefront because of that. I had so many family members reach out to me. You know, well, hey, cuz I'm proud of what Ryan is doing. However, they're not ready to talk about it. Why? I don't know. It's a question I would ask you guys. What took you so long to talk about it? But it definitely is a stigma. It's definitely not talked about. And it should be. And I'm hoping that what you all are doing will bring more people to want to get help, to want to talk about it. And I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but helping people helps you all, you know? And I wish a lot of people, younger people, your age, heck, my age, will reach out to one another and just be there. But no, I don't know why. I couldn't say why it's a stigma, but it definitely is.
Yep. And that's something that we talk about, that we want to necessarily like make it more normalized, and so people are able to talk about it. Because in my household, it's something that my mom still doesn't. She feels uncomfortable to talk about, and she's like, "You're just so open about it," and I'm like, "Yeah," because I want people to know, like, hey, there's a way out of this, but also you need to talk about it in order for you to get help, or you won't. You're gonna always isolate, withdraw, all of these things. So yeah, it's definitely important.
Definitely.
I think hiding it definitely kept me in a cycle of relapsing. I couldn't think of that word because, and you know, I kept everything separate. I was kept recovery. Even if you ask me how was the meeting, it was a meeting. What you want to know? It was a meeting. It was a room full of fucked up people talking, or I just try to paint an image, you know. No, don't. And I used to tell her something. No, don't tell them. Even during addiction, I was still hiding it.
Yeah.
Like my mom, you know, my wife at the time would call my mom, and she'd be like, "I'm gonna call everybody." Like, no, listen, don't call them. We ain't gotta talk to nobody. Ain't nobody gotta know this. So it's like when I started putting them together, Ryan in the addiction, it was like, dude, okay, this is you. You have a problem. You're gonna forever have this problem, and the only way to solve it is to address it, be out. And it's crazy that it's a stigma like this because it's bad. I mean, you look at music, you look at culture, it's okay, and it's like it's a problem. Like, no, like it's crazy how me as a black man, for me to go out and say, hey, I have an addiction problem, or, you know, I'm in recovery, it's like, oh, okay, great job, but if me as a black man, if I go out and be like, oh yeah, I like dick, it's way more accepted. And there's nothing wrong with it at all. But it's crazy on how I can't be myself. I can't be Ryan, the person in recovery, and I can't be a black man. And now even in recovery now, you know, I still feel like, hey, you know what? I wish my community was more open to it, because a lot of meetings I go to, it's predominantly white, and I love them. It's cool, and it'd be some of the best meetings in the world. But it's still like, dang, I ain't like where my people at. You know, I think the only person that ever was out that I know personally was Uncle Dougie. You know, and he was. Woo! He, what, 10 plus years now?
Oh, shucks. He's probably going on 15.
Nice.
15, yeah.
So, I mean, and I think when he found out I was in recovery, I love you, Uncle Dougie. But it was annoying, because I guess it was only annoying because I wasn't ready.
That part.
I wasn't ready, because he just like, man, come on, you got to program this, and I'd be like, man, if you don't get the fuck out my face. I don't cuss like this on my mom all the time. Just want to let y'all know that. But I'm like, bro, can you get out my face? I don't care. It's alcohol at a party. I want to drink. And I couldn't, because it was like, I gotta be recovered. So when I start putting those two together, it really helps me out a lot, man. It like now, even though I'm going through life and I'm going through something, I'm able to deal with life. Like a lot of people say, what are your triggers? What are your triggers? My trigger was I couldn't deal with life. It wasn't, oh, my mom talked to me this way. Oh, my girl left. Oh, my son won't talk to me. Oh, I couldn't deal with life. And when I figured out that, hey, you just got to deal with life. I'm not saying I don't have triggers, because I don't know. My recovery could change. What triggers me could change. But, you know, one of the smartest things I ever heard was, I'm not going to say I'm never going to drink again. I'm just not going to drink today.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
You know, that's one of the most powerful things I've ever heard, man. And
Respect.
yeah, I live by that.
Yeah.
So, to the lady that said that to me, thank you.
And when you mentioned your Uncle Dougie, I remember when he had started his journey, and he might have been 2 years in. And I know one while Ryan said we always have parties. We always have family functions. We do. And unfortunately, we will have alcohol. And I recall not knowing again the disease. We had shots on the table, and I kept saying, Uncle Dougie, take a shot, take a shot, take a shot. And he said, no, niece, not knowing, ignorant to it, just solely ignorant. And I was, no, Uncle Dougie, come on, one shot, one shot. Bless you, Uncle Dougie, because he did not touch all night, one drink. And when I said we were shot, all in his face, another phone call I made with his journey. I called him, and this might have been, do you remember this time? This was maybe at least, if he's going on 15 years, at least 10 years back. I called him recently, and I apologized.
Yeah, I remember that.
I felt I owed him that. You know, I was old enough to know better, but just ignorant to the situation.
Yeah.
You know? And, that sticks in my, so many just little things I look back as I go with you on your journey that I wanted just to reach out and to apologize to people and like, wow, you know, I'm sorry to be so ignorant to it.
Yeah.
You know?
And the same thing happened with me and Dion at the retirement party. You know, we had the open bar, everybody drinking. He's like, no, come on, cuz, take a shot. We said, I'm like, nah, bro. He's like, come on, cuz. And it's only because when I told him, I was like, nah, I'm in recovery, bro. I don't drink. He's like, straight? I was like, yeah, man, I don't drink. He's like, man, I'm proud, man, my bad. I was like, it's cool. Which is crazy because the last time I drunk with him was my birthday. And that was a whole adventure. We went at Greg's house.
Oh, okay.
We lost more. Greg went to the hospital.
Okay.
So, yeah.
We weren't that bad. And I have to say, during Ryan's journey, whenever we had family functions, it was no alcohol. For my retirement, I did say, I said, Ryan, are you okay with this? I just didn't want to have the same. And whenever we had something, you know, my other kids or friends be like, well, you know, nope, it's a non-alcohol environment. We just chilling and enjoying each other's company.
Yeah.
But for my retirement, I did get his permission.
Yeah.
And he said, Ma, you cannot have. I mean, you have to be normal.
Yeah.
Don't come around and be abnormal.
Right.
You know, so respect.
Yeah, and it wasn't that it was bad, like y'all was that bad. Between me and my brothers, our friends, and then me having a problem not knowing, it was an assignment. It was to get messed up. So it was like I just took advantage of the events.
Yeah.
But it's like, nah, man, I swear it's cool. Today, it's cool. So, yeah.
So what does forgiveness and trust look like now with the two of you?
With all of my sons, I always felt having a conversation, doesn't matter what it's about. But when I got up from that conversation, I either walked away thinking, Lord, you still ain't got it. You still just walking around here bumping your head against the world. Or, you got it. I feel good. I can sleep tonight peacefully. That's where I'm at with him.
That's good.
That's where I'm at. You know, I feel, I listen to the things that he says, and every conversation just gets better and better. And it puts a smile on my face, and I can sleep peacefully. So as far as the trust, that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
You know, that's where I'm at.
You spoke on boundaries. So what does boundaries look like to you versus enabling?
Trusting. When I say that, whatever he would tell me, I'm going here, I'm doing. For instance, I said the cameras. If I seen him leaving the house, I would look at the cameras to see, blow it up. Did he have something in his hand? You know, did he have a bottle? I wouldn't do that now because one, I trust you.
Yeah.
And the boundary, I can't question you. I have to stop at some point. I can still be mom, but I'm gonna respect you as a man and decisions that you make and the consequences that you have to deal with. And that goes back to the conversations that we have. I get up and I can sleep at night, so I know you're making wise decisions.
That's good.
You know, like you just said, I don't say I'm never going to drink, but I'm not going to drink today. Respect. So I know when to stop being a micro mom, the always what you doing, where you at, are you okay, to hey, how you doing, how was your day, talk with you tomorrow, and sleep peacefully.
Right.
So I know when to back off.
That's good.
And he has bad days, everybody has bad days. I trust him enough to know that bad day is not going to lead you down the wrong way.
Yeah.
You're going to work it out and you're going to be all right.
Yeah.
Trust. I mean, I trust. I trust my mom. This is my mom. Of course, I trust her. But we had boundary issues. My fault, though. I got to definitely say it's my fault. Because early on in recovery, like my mom, she would be like, she knew my hives. She knew some. I'm not gonna say she knew my hives, but she knew some. So like, when I had to move back home, she'd look in certain places. I would know, like, you been in here looking through my stuff? I know. What you lying for? You just say you did. So the micromanaging. Wait, what you doing? Where you going? So we got a lot better with that. Like I said, it had to come with time. It's one of the things that I had to accept, that I put myself in that position.
Right.
Even to this day, when I do go over there, or she cleaning up something, or if she cleaning up a place she ain't cleaned in a minute, I'm like, hey, if you find something there, because I found places in that house to hide.
I found them all.
You found them all.
Man. Yes. But then even now, if I overstep, he'll let me know. And instead of me being argumentative, and instead of me questioning, and instead of me bringing up the past, I feel comfortable saying, okay.
Yeah.
I apologize.
And like definitely now, our relationship is a lot better. We joke and laugh a lot. Like I said, we both may have a day. I'm like, hey, you ain't playing today? Like the other night, that's why I was saying earlier, we had this whole just laugh about 15 minutes. We went into 7-Eleven, and my mom got mad because the dude was taking too long. And so I didn't put my number in. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry, man. Redid it. And she's like, that's okay. That's all right. This ain't Speedway. So as I'm laughing, she be getting the she's like, what you laughing at? I'm like, man, you know what? A black woman would never lose her attitude, even when she wrong. You was putting in the Speedway number, and we at 7-Eleven. You still had attitude with this man.
Right, instead of apologizing. I'm like, well, it's not Speedway.
We just sat in the car and laughed about 15 minutes doing that. And I just know, drunk Ryan, we wouldn't have done it.
No, no, not at all.
Drunk Ryan, one, I wasn't talking because I didn't want you to smell the alcohol on my breath. Two, I'm not trying to move too much because I probably had I'm not joking, this is a real story. I probably had a bottle in my nuts or something, so I'm trying to hold it. Oh, I had some crazy high places. So I be trying to just be, or I act like I got a shot, and I would just be doing stuff, and we wouldn't be talking, we wouldn't be entertaining and laughing and joking.
Be normal. It's like you not being normal.
Yeah, you
just withdrawing. You're not being yourself.
Yeah, you quiet today. Yeah, my head hurt. So it's just little things like that I enjoy now. We could just laugh, talk. She called, check, see how you doing. I'm like, okay, how you doing? And it's not wow, what you want to know what I'm doing? It's like, all right, no, I ain't doing nothing. I'm just chilling. Yeah. I'm at home, or I'm out, or I'm doing this. Yeah, that's it,
So it sounds like it was healing. Like you both are growing.
Definitely.
So that's important.
Yeah.
Definitely. Something I had a friend tell me, that don't let his addiction become my addiction.
Oh, that's good.
Because wanting to know what's going on, where you're at, what's in your hand, what's in your pocket, take this breathalyzer, and it's like, I couldn't do that. I couldn't. I had to learn that, and I say that I said it every day to myself, every day. That kind of helped me understand the addiction. It helped me with my boundaries. It helped me with a lot. It helped me to feel he has to find his way. I'm just mom. I cannot be there. Like you said, I had to go to sleep. I had to go to work. I had to live my life. I had to let him live his. So, yeah. And something that's important for family members or friends or whatever, finding someone that you can talk to about the situation with no judgment.
Yeah.
I have a friend, I always tell this story. She and I worked at the same place for 20 plus years. We worked in the same area, maybe 2 desks down for 2 years. We knew of each other, but we never had conversation. Our sons happened to be in the same facility. And I guess at a group, they talked about us, and it comes to find out, oh, your mom works there, your mom this, and your mom that. And this is when I was figuring I can save him by myself, and I don't want to talk about it with anybody. Well, Ryan, he said, well, Mom, did you know Anita? Told me her last name. I said, yeah, I know of her. True story. Her son happened to make the same phone call to her. Well, maybe 2 weeks later, we were during COVID. We were in the elevator by ourselves going on break. And, you know, you had to be so many feet away from each other. Well, I was facing the front of the elevator and she was behind me. I knew it was her. She knew it was me, but we never really said nothing to each other but, hi, how are you? When I say that 20-minute break turned into 2 hours, we didn't even know if we had a job. She said, Deneen, I said, Anita, and we just started crying. We didn't really know it. We were out the elevator. We were in our lunch area, crying, talking. 20 minutes turned into an hour turned into an hour and a half. And from this day forth, we're always there for each other. It doesn't matter what time, if something is going on, she'll call me and we can just talk, no judgment. Because a lot of people say, well, hey, why are you still dealing with that?
Yeah.
Why is that, you know, they grown. Why are you still going through it? You're going through it. I don't want to talk about it no more. You told me this last week, last month, but we can talk, no judgment. And that's important, to find someone that you can share with.
That's good.
To talk to. Somebody's a lot of people out there. And she's my goat.
That's good.
And I'm hers. But I mean, it was just so, you know, and you met her. We came. So shout out to you, Anita. You're supposed to be here.
Shout out to Anita. That is important.
Yes, it is. It is. And we would go to work. Ever since then, we would talk about the situation and work ourselves through it. If we would go in the bathroom, it's okay, Ryan's having a day and her son's having a day, and we were there for each other, which helped us deal with our sons. She would tell me, Deneen, no, don't call him. He has to figure that out. Or Deneen, maybe we need to go check. So we were just there for each other. So that's important.
That sounds like that was nothing but God that put y'all in that situation.
That part right there, that was just God. Because we've gone from crying to laughing now, you know. So, yes.
So let's get down. Let's get naked. Let's get naked.
All right.
Now, some of the darkest times of my addiction. I just want to know your thought, or what was your thought process, or what, I don't know. I just want to know how you felt. I don't think I ever really asked you that, but when Austin walked in on me.
Wow, you're going to go there. Okay.
And I think that same night, that's when I ended up going to the hospital and they had to stop my heart.
It was actually the next night, because that night Austin walked in on you. We were in New Orleans. And they didn't want to tell me what was going on. But I kept seeing the Ring camera go off and on, and all of his brothers and all of his sister was showing up. I'm like, what, are they having a party? And they didn't want to tell me what was going on because, again, they know me. I wasn't there. I would have panicked. But, man, really, Ryan? Do you want to say what happened or what the dark part was?
So, my brother, my youngest brother, he walked in on me attempting to suicide. I had a switchblade, razor blade from a barbecue kit, and I was getting ready to take myself out. And they called my brothers and all them came, and that's when my brothers and my sister found out, one, about my addiction and the state of depression I was in at that time. So.
And I think they stayed there all night. We were coming home the next day anyway, so. And that's when we went to the hospital. And the doctor said... I
had to go to the hospital because I started withdrawing.
Yes. And the doctor said, well, man, we're going to have to stop his heart. I said, what? He said, yes, we need to stop his heart. Was it 9 seconds? Or it was seconds up. But those seconds seemed to be eternal. I mean, it was, I'm looking at the clock, just looking at the clock. And they wanted me to leave the room, but of course I wasn't leaving. I said, no, I'm going to stay right here. And those were the longest seconds of my life. And wow, yeah. So I don't think that was my darkest moment with you though, because by then I had
I mean, it gets darker.
Yeah.
It gets darker.
That wasn't my darkest moment then, because I knew there was a problem then.
Yeah.
So knowing I wasn't surprised, it didn't throw me off. You know, so I knew there was a problem, and I figured everything would be okay. Your brothers were there, but I didn't think it would go that bad till they had to stop your heart. I think the baddest part for me is when you were hallucinating. That was my darkest moment, and that's when I realized it is definitely a problem that was out of my control, and that's when I think I gave it over to God, because that scene I couldn't do anything. So that was my darkest moment. Yep, the hallucinations.
Yeah. Well, I think for me it had to be the hospital, because I take the story back a little further. That scared me because I couldn't breathe, and you thought it was, at first we just thought it was one of them, well, he having that moment. But I get to the hospital, I think my heart rate was like 200. It was out of control. And they took me straight to the back, and they said a stat team. Now, working in the hospital for a minute, I knew when they called a stat team, it was something serious, so that just put me in more panic. And then that's when they had to explain the whole stopping the heart, because to me, I was like, dang, and here it is, I just tried to take my life. And now it's like, it was almost like, if you don't value the life I gave you, let me put you in a situation to where you could really go. So to me, that was a wake-up call. It was a wake-up call to try to start living, because it didn't stop there. It didn't stop there. And then the hallucination, I think that was the first time that was the first time you heard about how much I was doing.
Exactly. Yep.
And it scared me to this day, because I remember, even though I'm hallucinating, I was drunk, I remember it so vividly to this day. And that's the scariest thing in the world. Like, it's a room in her house I do not go in. I don't like going in it. I don't, because the memory of it. And it wasn't real, but it's just, to my brain, it was real. So, yeah. And some crazy times with my brothers fighting. I wish Evan was here. He, could tell you. Austin too. So
Yeah.
But yeah, we had some dark times, man. And so the lead up to where we at today in our relationship and how I am now is just like, man, if it wasn't for you, if it wasn't for my mom, I definitely would have been homeless on the streets. If I didn't have my mom. A lot of people don't have parents or lost that connection to them, and it's like, dang, I would have been, And it's just, yeah. All I can do is appreciate my mama, man. That is the one person in this world, one woman in this world that will ever love you unconditionally. And you just got to appreciate that. So.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So God, what role did God play in your healing and in your whole process?
100%. 100%. I kept the faith, I had to, especially when I seen how bad it was. Because keep in mind, I didn't realize how bad it was until it had got real bad. I ignored the red flags. But 100%, God, that faith over fear, I would pray, and to this day I still do, But 100%, God played a role. God is good. God is good, and you have to keep that. You have to keep the faith. You have to. You have to. And I would always tell them when they were growing up, I don't care what your religion might be, but you have to have something stronger than man to hold on to go to believe in, because if not, the devil and the God's they always at it. The God is always there, and they always fight each other. God's going to overcome it. So if you believe in God, you got to believe in the devil. So you, 100%, 100%.
Even to that question with you, because I know I say my brothers all the time, and I do have an older sister. My older sister, she's strong. She never got to do it. She taught me how to fight. So, but when I say this one with God and your faith, growing up, you used to always say, statistically speaking, a household of 5 boys, one is end up in jail, end up dead. You used to say these all the time, so you used to work hard, you used to drive around Farmington, Southfield looking for a house. I remember you was like, we gonna get that house. We end up moving in that house. And how your growth in your spirituality and your growth with faith, because even you have 5 boys, all college educated, we all done been through our own different trials and testimonies. How was that for you as a parent? Like, you kept them out of certain things that you were afraid society would do to young black men, but yet they still went through their own individual trials.
Well, first of all, what you went through was just life.
Addiction is not life.
That
ain't normal. What I was.
I mean, no, not you. I mean, your brother. Over as a whole.
Yeah.
When I would always tell you all, I don't know if you remember, but whenever you would get in trouble, y'all would get in trouble in school or not wash the dishes or do something, I would say, you know what, go over there and stand up with your hands up in the air.
I was about to say, hold up, before the first 3 or the other 3, because you was a different mama with the first 3. You was a different parent with the first 3. You was medieval back then. Yeah.
But I would always tell you all, go stand up there with your hands up. And do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
And it's like, well, why? Doug would say, well, why you got them standing with their hands up like that? What you doing? Do you remember what I would always say?
Yeah, either you go sit here with your hands up now, you go sit with a gun in your face from the police with your hands up.
And I never wanted that for them. I said, look, if you do something wrong now, you have to be more discipline. So if you're doing things wrong now, you're not being disciplined, you're not being held accountable for what you're doing. Either you're going to be like this when you get grown, hands up, the police going to have you. And that's what I need you to see. That's not a good feeling.
So what advice do you have for anybody, any family members or mothers that still have children who are suffering in active addiction?
My first piece of advice would be trust in God. Keep the faith. That would be my first. My second would be don't let their addiction become your addiction. Find someone that you can always talk to with no judgment. Support your loved one through thick and thin with no judgment. That would be the advice that I can give them.
That's good.
Good. Now we got our little this or that for you, Mom.
All right.
Here we go. All right. This or that. Vacation on the beach or vacation in the beautiful city?
On the beach.
Of course. Frida or Stellamar?
Frida.
Ooh.
Want to know why?
Why is that?
Because we were all just starting out. They were young. My husband was just starting out at his job. But we were happy. The more money we made, the more problems came along. Christmas was beautiful. We struggled, but we were happy. I'm not saying we're not happy now, but the little things we appreciated more than Stellamar. Stellamar was a bigger house, bigger problems.
That's what's up. New Year's or Christmas?
Christmas.
Ryan or Austin?
Ooh. Brittany.
Okay, Baker.
Right.
Well, Mom, I want to thank you so much for coming on here,
Yes, thank you so
telling your
much.
story,
Thank you for having me.
clearing my
Thank you.
name. Say nah. And I just want to thank you so much for all you have done. And I hope any mothers out there, fathers too, anybody who's just dealing with a child in addiction, reach out. There are resources for you as well. I know we talk a lot about resources for people trying to get into recovery. There are also resources for people dealing with family members with addiction. It's a program called Alanine. Different organizations have it, and it's like a peer coach for you. So reach out, get the resources, get the help, because everybody in the family going through the addiction. You may not be the one using, but your emotions are being used. And when they're ready, just let them know that you could be there the best way you can in that moment. Because in time, the relationship will change and it will get better.
Yes.
So I want to thank y'all for tuning in. I want to thank my mom. I always thank my co-host, Brittany.
Yes.
Y'all have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.